The game that shook the machine. Picture this. It's May 11th, 1997, New York City. The room is buzzing, not just with spectators but with anticipation. On one side, Garry Kasparov, arguably the greatest chess player alive. On the other, a hulking IBM supercomputer, Deep Blue. Now we know what happened. Kasparov lost, AI won. And the crowd went silent, then roared. But what if the outcome had been different? What if Kasparov hadn't misplayed Game 6? What if, in a stunning twist, Deep Blue buckled under pressure, maybe even glitched mid-match? Honestly, it's not that far-fetched. And the ripple effects? Way bigger than you'd think. Rewriting history, one move at a time. Let's hit rewind and shift the outcome. Kasparov wins. The headlines read, "Human intellect outwits machine again." AI still has a long road ahead. The tech world takes a breath, maybe even a step back. Would AI have lost momentum? Would funding have dried up like it did in the 1970s AI winter? Maybe, maybe not. But one thing's for sure. The world's perception of artificial intelligence would have changed drastically. See, Deep Blue's win wasn't just a PR stunt, it was symbolic. It told the world, machines are catching up. They're not just tools anymore, they're rivals. Flip that outcome, and you strip away that symbolism. Suddenly, AI isn't a challenger, it's a clumsy assistant again. The confidence gap. Let's talk psychology for a second. AI progress doesn't only hinge on silicon and code. It runs on belief. Investor belief, public belief, developer belief. When Deep Blue won, it gave IBM and the entire AI industry a psychological upper hand. People started to believe again, especially after the cold, hard disillusionment of earlier decades. But in our alternate timeline, Kasparov's win reinforces the old narrative. Sure, machines are fast, but they still can't think. And if you're an AI researcher in the late 90s, you're already walking on shaky ground. Suddenly, it's even harder to get your paper funded or your prototype noticed. Dollars and decisions. Let's not kid ourselves, money runs the show. In the real world, IBM spent millions to make Deep Blue a headline. And when it worked, boom, prestige, media attention, stock market bumps, corporate clients drooling. Now imagine Kasparov takes the win. Suddenly that investment doesn't look like genius, it looks like hubris. Would IBM have continued pouring money into AI research? Maybe. But would other companies have followed suit? Probably not as quickly. That trickles down. Fewer big-budget research teams. Slower development cycles. A decade where AI lives more in textbooks than in labs. The butterfly effect on AI culture, and let's not ignore pop culture. Deep Blue's win made it cool to fear or admire AI. It was the seed that eventually gave us HAL 9000 memes, Black Mirror binge sessions, and debates over whether your Roomba might someday join the resistance. Now, if Kasparov wins, the cultural perception of AI stays, well, nerdy. More calculator than overlord. Which means, when Siri launches in 2011 or AlphaGo rises in 2016, people react with less awe and more meh. The cultural stage isn't as primed. Let's get philosophical. Was it really intelligence? Even in real life, Deep Blue wasn't thinking. It was calculating. Brutally. Efficiently. But not creatively. Kasparov himself described Deep Blue as a glorified calculator. So if he'd won, that idea would have stuck harder. The philosophical debate, can AI truly think, might have intensified and delayed broader adoption. Think about that the next time your GPS suggests a U-turn on a one-way street. We want to believe these systems are smart. But if Kasparov had reigned supreme, we might still be asking, is it intelligence or just brute force in a fancy box? Fast forward. Would AlphaGo still have happened? Let's jump to 2016. Google's DeepMind pits AlphaGo against Lee Sedol, one of the greatest Go players of all time. Another historic match. Another AI win. But wait, would AlphaGo have even existed if Deep Blue lost? Probably yes, but maybe later. And maybe not with the same global fanfare. Because Deep Blue opened the door. It whispered to developers everywhere. You can build something smarter than the smartest human. A Kasparov win might have left that door cracked, but not wide open. AI in your pocket. Still, let's pull it all together. You wake up, ask Alexa about the weather, scroll TikTok's eerily accurate For You page, use Google Translate to chat with your Airbnb host in Tokyo. All of this feels normal, but none of it just happened. It's a chain reaction. Deep Blue's win helped legitimize the AI wave that made these things possible. Now, would AI still be around if Kasparov had won? Of course, but it might look different. Slower, less bold. Maybe your smart speaker still mispronounces your name? Or doesn't exist at all? The real question, did we need Deep Blue to win? Okay, here's the twist. Maybe Kasparov winning wouldn't have changed the technology, but the timeline. AI was always coming, whether it wore a chessboard crown or not. But human history isn't just about what happens, it's about when it happens. A Kasparov win could have bought us time. Time to debate AI ethics before ChatGPT became a household name. Time to prep education systems for algorithmic disruption. Time to breathe. Instead, Deep Blue's win slammed the gas pedal. No seatbelts, just code, ambition, and a wild belief in what machines could become. Alternate timelines are cool, but here's the deal. You know what? The what-if game is fun, but here's the truth. We need these pivotal moments, whether they're wins or losses. Deep Blue didn't destroy human pride. It sparked human curiosity. Kasparov didn't fade after the loss. He evolved. Started thinking more about AI, about collaboration between human intuition and machine precision. Maybe, just maybe, that's the real story here. It was never about winning or losing. It was about connecting the dots between man and machine. We're still playing the game. Today's AI is way past chess. It's writing scripts, diagnosing diseases, making art, even designing other AIs. But the game hasn't ended. It's just moved to a bigger board. Whether you're coding the next big model or just yelling at your GPS, you're part of it. So, what's your next move? If you enjoyed this alternate history of AI, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who still thinks Siri has a soul. Drop a comment. Would you have rooted for Kasparov or Deep Blue? And stick around. Next up, we're unpacking the day AI taught itself how to play video games better than any human.